cause I'm ready. Smart investments, yeah, just
Okay, so I guess he's super, super excited and he can't wait to be introduced. By the way, he's Nigerian, but he's actually based in New York City, like that's what we say. New York City, yes. And he's an Afrobeat sensational artist and he does African, Caribbean, and hip hop music. He just blends everything. And you know what? He transitioned from poetry into music. I mean, he decided to dedicate writing powers, like spoken words, and then be like a musician. Currently, he's promoting Give It To Me, but I mean, he dropped that in 2023, midway 2023. And so we'll be having a conversation, get to know him better, his music. I mean, he shared the stage with multiple artists that were for Afro Future Rising Star. We'll talk about that. And also his experience in Ghana. The name is O.E. or Iwola. Is what? Olua.
My full name Olua Sean.
Sean.
If you hear any Nigerian, skip it.
I mean, welcome to Metro Television Entertainment Review.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
I know Ghana has been exciting. How is December? You tell us, because this guy has been everywhere.
December is dirty December.
Dirty water, yeah?
Nah, but it's my first time in Accra. I've been loving it. I love it. I've been meeting people, just connecting, networking, enjoying, seeing the sunrise, chopping banku, chopping washe. Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, but then let's talk about music a bit. At what point did you recognize that poetry wasn't kind of my thing? Let me just move to music and see what music has for me.
So it was when I was back in uni, my last year in uni. I got called to do like a spoken word event. And the set for the poetry spoken word was almost 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think I can be doing poetry for 20 minutes. So I'm like, okay, let me see how I can like master my set, figure what I can do to spice it up.
Yeah.
So I created a song, and that was like my very first song, Make You Mine. So I created it and I performed it at the end. And people were surprised, like, oh, whose song is this? Are you performing your own? I'm like, yeah, this is mine.
Yeah.
So from there, just like people's interaction with the song made me realize, okay, I can really do this. And I just kept on dropping more music and collaborating. And I just kept on getting better and better.
Yeah.
And I just genuinely have a love for music. Like if the music is sweet, I love it.
Yeah.
But Nigeria has like one of like the biggest industry when it comes to music. One would say, why did you choose to be in New York City to pursue your music career?
So I'm based in New York.
Okay.
I'm a first generation Naija American.
okay.
Yeah, first gen. So
okay.
I started in New York, but I'm very grateful that I am in New York because New York is, for me, the mecca of Afrobeats in the U.S.
Okay.
Like any Afrobeats artists from anywhere on the continent, they want to break into U.S. I feel like they start in New York first.
New York City,
Okay.
Yeah, so if they capture New York, and
Then it's spread to the other states. Okay.
They capture everywhere because even if you have a show in New York, there are people coming from Houston, from Maryland to come and see people, Afrobeats artists in New York. So I'm really grateful. New York, we have a strong Afrobeats community.
That's good.
Yeah, very strong,
Yeah.
like very
strong.
proper.
The Palladium is in New York.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
Because I hear a lot of artists go to.
He sold that one out. That one was mad. Yeah,
Okay.
he sold
Wow.
out. Yeah.
That's like very, very good. And I'm so glad you're touching on the fact that, I mean, if you really want to thrive, you should start there. But then what about artists that are there, like yourself? I know, like, representing Nigeria, Africa as a whole, like, I'm sure there are Ghanaian artists, Nigerian, Uganda, Tanzania. Like, even though you are saying that is where you're supposed to start, how is the system treating them? How are people responding to it? Are they responding to it like how you will hear an Ashake Burna Boy, Wizkid coming to do a higher concert? Are they giving the same energy to people like yourself?
On ground, I'll say they are. I definitely, because my community, they support me no matter where I am, what I'm doing. However, I think it really just comes down to you as an artist, like how consistent, how hard are you gonna go? Because like these artists that are blowing, if you backtrack, they're dropping like projects every 3 months.
Every time, yeah.
Every 3 months. I had to like come to my senses. Like, okay, like what am I doing wrong? What am I doing right? And that's a trend that I noticed. Like artists that have blown within this last year,
Yeah.
they dropped at least 2 projects in 1 year. So I'm like, okay, like, there's a consistency. You have to keep going. But on ground, they show love on ground.
That's
If it's good, they'll let you know if it's good. If it's bad, you will know.
How is the scene like in New York City
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to record labels and works better?
So again, it just depends on the personal goal, like the artist, individual's goal and how they define success. So for me, I personally want to stay independent, and I want to partner with labels or distribution companies
Okay.
just to help, utilize their resources to expose my sound to the world. But it really just depends on the deal that is being presented, also the value that you have as an artist before the meeting you have with these record labels. Because if you have leverage, then you can now say, I want this,
You want this and that.
then
Okay.
okay, what are you gonna give me now?
Okay.
But if it's like someone that's like still coming up as well, is not really gonna be the best deal for you in the long run.
As an independent artist
Mm-hmm.
working with others as partners, what does it
So working with others as partners I would definitely say just ownership, wanting to own your
Your
sound.
catalog, yeah.
Okay.
So the masters, owning your publishing, making sure that you're receiving all of your royalties, like your money on the back end. I think that's very important going into these meetings, because if you don't own your music,
Yeah.
what are you creating?
Yeah, true. What are you doing? Yeah.
'Cause
Okay.
Yeah.
So Afrobeats is big now. We all know that. Every single day, there's someone striving to get the limelight,
Yeah.
right? Not from Nigeria alone. There's Ghana,
Mm-hmm.
other African countries, and even the Americans themselves are now singing Afrobeats. So what's it about OE that when someone gets your tune, person is going to be like, no, OE is my guy, and I've got to push him to the top. What's it about? Tell us. If you do watch Fanboy and find things like that, apart from that, the music bit, tell us about your style.
My style, man, like I mentioned earlier, I love music, and being in New York, being based in New York, growing up as a Naija, I was speaking to my parents like a few days ago. They said, we didn't raise you as a New Yorker, we didn't raise you as an American, we raised you as a Nigerian.
It's a Naija boy.
As a Naija boy, so that's what's embedded in me, the culture. So having the culture embedded in me, growing up listening to Fela, or a lot of different artists, it allowed me to blend the sounds of my environment as well. Just growing up in New York, New York has a huge dance hall scene. So just blending the Afro beats to the dance hall to now just again New York started off with hip hop as well.
Okay.
So just blending all of that together and creating a sound that thrives through. So for me, it's like my mantra is like no wahala, just vibes. So everything I do is no wahala,
No wahala.
just vibes,
Just
just
vibes.
vibes. So
Give it to me. I
and
like that. I like
I
that.
know wahala, just vibes. It's sweet, man. It's sweet.
It's very sweet. But have you listened to Vibes?
No,
Yeah,
I mean, no,
Vibes
I've
has
not
a
listened to
bit
Vibes.
of sensational. Chris
Good.
Brown, sensational.
So he's here. Let's
Yeah.
him
No,
No, but even give it to me
Yeah.
also is.
Yeah,
something
even give
like
it to
that.
me. It's
Hey.
just-
No,
it's
even give it to me
more
is even better. I mean, it has the whole Busta Rhyme flow, but
Yeah.
But that's vibes.
And
It's all about
sensation.
like you hear the beat and then no.
Then
I'm just waiting for sensational. Then
Well, it's funny because like I dropped that song before Sensational came out.
really.
Yeah, I dropped it 2 years before Sensational came out.
So wait,
like it's the same.
it's the same thing. No,
No,
no.
it's mad because like when
So
when
wait,
Chris
maybe
Brown,
they copied you.
No, that's the thing about ownership. I didn't handle my business how I was supposed to. I was on a timeline, and when you're working with producers, you can either lease the beat or you can buy it outright. So the fact that I was on a timeline, I said I'll come back to it after my timeline. But by the time I wanted to come back, he was like, he already sold it.
Yeah.
And the way he was going hard, I'm like, it has to be someone huge.
Yeah.
He was pushing like I needed. So fast forward, it was someone.
So I want to establish that it is that beat
It's the
of
same
yours
beat.
that the
Yes.
producer
It's the
gave out
same
to
thing.
you.
It's the same
Because
thing.
I
No,
think
I
Same
didn't
beat.
listen to that, but
No,
that's
it's
why.
not.
No,
It's
it's the
like
same
the beat. You see
thing.
the way
No, 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 no.
sensational stuff. But I
Like
think
some-
Chris Brown started with some kind of melodies before
Yes,
you.
I
Oh,
think
he
that was
did.
Lil
Yeah,
J.
they-
Like that was
Yeah.
Lil J.
It was
Like,
Lil
yeah.
J,
Lil J.
and I guess the producer they were working with as well. He
Yeah,
added some
it's the
bongos.
That's the same thing.
It's
It's the same
the
Like the beats, like, you know,
But it's mad though because like when he dropped the snippet dancing and everything, people would say, bro,
Yeah.
congratulations.
They
Me
take
too, I
it
said it. But I'm like, hey, what's going on? But it's a blessing though because that
Wow.
also just allowed me to realize the fact that I'm on the same frequency as someone. Because
Yeah.
you have to think about it. Artists, they hear beats all the time. They
Yeah.
make music all the
Yeah.
time. They don't drop everything.
Yeah.
So the fact he heard it, he now collaborated with Davido and Lil J.
Yeah.
He now dropped the dance video. He now dropped the video.
Yeah.
He's now pushing it as
Push
a
it.
main
Yes,
single.
yes.
That says a lot.
Yeah.
So it's like that made me confident. Like, okay, I have a good air.
Oh,
for
we
music.
are wrapping up very soon. 2024. What should we expect?
2024, expect more music, more sounds. I'm coming back to Accra by God's grace.
You need to.
Oh, he'll
Yeah,
come.
I'm
He'll
coming
come.
back. Don't worry,
And
don't
the
worry.
people you want to collaborate with.
In Ghana,
Yeah.
man, everybody,
Everybody.
everybody,
Everybody.
yeah,
Everybody, but
everybody. I want to
Kitty,
collab.
Kitty's on the.
Yeah,
on
Kitty
the- on
has
the-
to
on
be
the-
there.
I want to collaborate Kitty, my boy CDA. That's my family based out here as well. I want to collaborate with Shatta. I want to collaborate
Wow.
That'll be
with everybody,
Everybody.
everybody,
Everybody.
please,
That's-
everybody,
that's-
everybody.
Okay.
That's good. I mean, thank you very much for
Thank you
coming.
so
I know
much.
it's a it was a shorter conversation, but it's very heavy. And I know we'll have you here again
Yes,
anytime,
When
any
you
day.
come
So
back,
we're
yeah.
chatting with OE, and he's a New York-based artist, Afrobeat sensational artist. Just check him out on Instagram, o.ewola, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, OE.
Ewola.
And you see him on all social media platforms.